How's it going, guys? It's Michael, and today here's a story that actually happened today. So, I saw my assistant today. Greatest story I've ever had. I was like, so much to talk about. Today's gonna be a beautiful Monday. Psych! Psych! It was a horrible Monday. Now he's like, hey, Mike, go eat your breakfast. I'll be up there soon. Yeah, have a good day. And I'm like, this day's gonna fly past so easily that I might get a little bit cocky. Kids, don't get cocky. Don't get cocky. When you get cocky, bad things happen. So I was cocky. So basically, I had two sweaters on. The sweater that I usually wear brings good luck. This one's bad luck. That I actually know now. And then I had my normal hair, which I'm dyeing blue, with or without the likes. Basically, it was horrible. When I went up there, and we did like the Pledge of Allegiance and that, and we were starting to get ready for gym. He did not come up. I'm like, is he tired or something? Is he in like the teacher's lounge, like passed out or something? Or is he with another kid or something? Like, I started questioning my brain. I'm just like, what happened? And then gym passed by, art passed by, we go science. I'm just like, I hope he comes today, because I hope he comes and he didn't have an early dismissal or something. He did not come, and I'm like, what happened? Like, you know that what happened sound effect? I'm just like, what happened? Math comes. There's this, we have Muslims and Jewish people and Indians and immigrants. I'm not hating. This is the truth. Don't think of me as a racist or something. No, I ain't no racist. And so she was old. I could relate to that. She's probably been in the country for about I have a retrovision implant that's sometimes used for information, age and stuff. I'm just like, is she my assistant for the day? For the day is good, but the rest of the school year, no. My friend Michael D was like, is she a permanent assistant for Michael Weltman? Guess what my special ed teacher was like? And Michael's face was from questionable to and I'm like, what'd she say? What'd she say? And he turns to me in shock. And he pats me on the back Michael, I'm sorry. And here's what he said. Michael, I'm sorry, but she's your new personal assistant. she's your new permanent assistant. And I'm like, no, you have to be lying. She has to be lying. This is some kind of sick joke, some prank. And then when we get into math class, my special ed teacher, Miss Navidovich, like, Ellie, you're probably watching this like I feel bad for you. Psych! Just so you know, I cried my eyes out. I still saw him. Like, put the rock there. And when I'm like, I questioned. I'm like, before I do any work, I would like to ask a question. And she's like, any question, Michael? What is it? Is that at my new assistant, my new permanent assistant? And she's like, she closes her eyes like I'm doing like right now. She has depression in her eye, in like her look, like how she looks, like her face. And I'm like, please be no. Please shake your head. And she's like, I'm like, it's like, you know that feeling in like your dad or like your mom, like something that's like very close to you is gone, and then 5 days later you hear about it. That was me right there. Just, and then like a minute later, Miss Navidovich like, come on, put your head up, and I'm just like this on the table with my Chromebook, my notebook, my planner. I had a Chromebook, a notebook, a white notebook. You know those like 5-star college notebooks with like the binder things in them? Like the orange binder thingies? Like the brownish yellow folder things that you can like store like extra extra notebook paper in them. That's what I had as white. And then my planner for the school year, my face was like this. She allowed me to go on my computer, and she's like, you're crying, aren't you? And I'm like, and I'm just crying and crying and crying and crying. Nobody knows I'm crying but her. And she's like, what have we done? What have we done? And I'm just like, I'm gonna ask you some questions. Is this a prank? Tell me now. Is this a prank? And she's like, we don't do pranks like this. We never do pranks. We don't. No. Of course not. We wouldn't joke around like that. And she's like, is she permanent for a week? I actually didn't say that question. That was the only question. But I put my head down again. She gave me like the whole tissue box. And I used it. And then I saw him. The waterworks came. The water pipe broke. Like, you know how you like, hold on, let me test. Like, you know how you lose a dog and you see the dead corpse? Like, you forget about it a little, then when you see the dead corpse, the water pipe is like, and then water's pouring everywhere. That's what happened to me. And the worst thing about it is that we were so close. We actually had a friendly bond that would never break. You know how those long-term relationships are? I actually had one. But we're not gonna go into detail with that. You know those relationships where you think everything's good? And this is a body pillow, just so you know. Seriously. Star Wars Darth Vader body pillow. And the worst thing about it, oh my god, I think I'm gonna cry, really. The worst thing about it, I cried for the whole day. I went back to school. I went back home crying. And then I was right there, crying, my eyes out, having the pillow on my face, crying. At that moment, I knew that I messed something up. Is this my fault? Is this my fault? Looking into her eyes, I knew she had guilt. She's a nice person, yeah. But not seeing a person that I had for 5 months. No. We were close. But then you know how you die in Undertale? It's did it, and then game over? And then stayed determined? Just I was very determined. But then kids, if you guys have an assistant for school, like me, and you get a new one, don't cry. Do not show that you're a baby inside. I showed that I was a baby. But he was so close. We liked the same things. He didn't play video games though, which was actually pretty sad because if he did, I could have friend requested him on Xbox. Because here's my setup. Don't worry about the rock. Kids, do not show that you have a weak spot. Everyone has a weak spot. Mine, mine's the heart. Most people's hearts, I have to talk to my friends about this. I got